Hey guys, how's it going? Now, I just came across this really interesting YouTube session, and the sessions are long form, and it can take a while, but sometimes to listen to, but sometimes you get really good gems that come out of it. And one thing was that there was a quote that said that a nation cannot rise any higher than the morals of its women. And started talking about, and the guy who is like it's very male centric YouTube. So that basically, if the majority of the women, their morals are not, or their ethics are not high, then the whole society will not rise up to that level. So I was just looking to see if my papa was out. So that had me thinking about, character, like the inner character and inner strength and the morals and principles of people within the community of kink and alternative lifestyles, and what that does and how that reflects on the community and how it can actually rise up to challenges, to events, and how it can come together and all that. Now, there's been a lot of recent events, and I've been tracking it, and I'm very much into patterns and stuff like that, like finding trends and all that. I just sort of look for them automatically in my brain, and there's generally a blow up every sort of 3 to 6 months, and then there's generally like a big one where people try and stir things up every so often, usually to claim cred, get more followers, get more into the community, try and pump themselves up, all that sort of thing. And it had me thinking that there's a lot of people that do think that they have great morals and principles, and when questioned about it, they say, well, this is 2021, this is a modern age, we need to do this, we need to... Okay, so if someone did that to you, what do you think? They go, oh, well, I don't care, blah, blah. So no, but when it actually does happen to them, they get all sort of, oh my god, how dare they, where's the respect, where's the morals, where are their principles? That's just not right. And that's the thing. A lot of people have challenged me on things like, old school and old ways, go back to the old ways where, blah, blah. So, there's something to be said for the old ways and why some of that still persists today. Some of it, a lot of it is traditions, and the traditions that we look on to keep. Some of it's not always convenient. Some of it's, morals and principles are not by design supposed to be convenient. They're supposed to challenge you, help you grow, see that you struggle, because that does actually build a lot of character. And I've talked about this before, about people having flexible principles, and I thought about the community as a whole, internationally, and in the small subgroups and communities around, in our kink world, and BDSM and all that sort of stuff. And it had me wondering, has the general level of principles and morals decreased or increased or gone sideways or whatnot? It's a very interesting thing, particularly on a hump day. Now, I'm sorry this is a bit late. I just had a few things I had to get done in the morning. It's becoming like that though, so I keep saying a lot. I'm going to try and change that a little bit. But that's the thing. When you think about it, are people's morals convenient these days? Are they flexible? Are they making snap judgments and decisions, particularly these days with social media, flat text and misinterpretations? Have they sat back and go, hey, wait a minute, is there another angle to this? Does this pass the pub test? If the sexes, the roles or whatever were flipped, would I still agree with that? I mean, a lot of people accuse me of victim blaming and stuff, and I say, you know, people shouldn't be out doing blah blah blah, dressed as whatever, and I'm saying, well, let me put it this way: people should be responsible for their own safety. But here's the other thing: if society as a whole has gotten a lot more permissive, that means that a lot of things are more permissive, including the behavior of people in general. It's really interesting to me that a lot of people hold others to a higher moral standard than they would themselves. Now, as much as I'd like to say it should be good to go walk down the street completely naked, not have anyone yell at you, diss you or whatever, it's just not the way the world works. It's not the way a lot of people are brought up, and that is with a lot of societies. And for a lot of people, it's if you're different, then you know you will be looked at, you will be stared at. Things like that happen. Doesn't mean it should happen. Contextual, I would say. It depends on the situation. But here's the thing: I think a lot of people have not been able to weigh up the risk-reward kind of angle, in that anytime you wake up, anytime you go out of that door, even in your own house, you have certain risks that you encounter and certain rewards. So me stepping out away from my desk for a bit to talk to you guys could be a risk, because all of a sudden the sky could open up and it could rain on me, but the reward is that I get to take a break from my desk. I get to, you know, talk to you guys and see what you guys think, and that's something I've got to weigh up. It's the same with a lot of other people, and how they go out and how they dress, how they act. And what I would like to know is, in general, do you think that the morals, ethics and principles of people today are better? In what way? Do you think it raises the community, like either community, vanilla, kink, local community, global community? Do you think it has raised the standard of people, or do you think it has lowered it? I was also on a forum that talked about, you know, have the old days gone in, like old school kink and all that. And I said, well, basically what a lot of people in old school kink are competing with is the fact that not a lot of people want to learn the hard way, so to speak. They don't really want to learn it. They want to be able to reference it pretty easy on Google. They want instant gratification. They don't want to take the time that is required, do the lengthy time. It's like learning the answers, but not learning how to get the answers. There's many people that just want to learn the answers and want to quote things to you, this and that. Like, I get that a lot with people. It says, oh, you know, this study says, this study says. Okay, but have you read the study? Have you read the study? Have you looked at the study? Have you thought about what the study means, its implication? Have you looked at its scope? Have you looked at its restrictions? Have you looked at, you know, what the sample pool is? Is a sample pool of, like, you know, only a few thousand, and they want to extrapolate it out to you like 7 billion? Is that accurate? If they go, no, I just quote the study and it's by these people and I trust them, I go, you shouldn't trust them. Maybe you shouldn't trust them. Maybe you should verify everything. Maybe you should think and chat about it, and don't just say it's right because I feel I want to be right and be in a good, strong moral standpoint because all these other people are saying it, so I must as well. That's the thing. But anyway, are people's morals, what are they like? Has it raised or lowered your local community, international community, your own even, your standards, your principles, the way you deal with people? Why do you think that is? can you think of anything that you want to change about it? Like, you know, yourself or the community or whatever, and what you can actually do to make it better. Anyway, I'm starting to get spit on, or spat on. Excuse me. From the rain, it's starting to come down a little bit. There was a bit of sun, but anyway, I better go. I'll catch you guys later. But I hope to be here on Friday. I know I've been a bit lax, but surgery's been rough. I was very bad and not taking care of myself, and unfortunately lowered my immune system, so now I have susceptible to like coughs and colds and getting a chill, which the changing of seasons, where it can be like 27 degrees during the day and then drop to like 10 at night, is not good. Okay, catch you guys later. Bye.